Welcome back to a new solo tour on Frozen Bike Ride. At the moment it's summertime here in South Sweden. There is this heat wave coming through Europe at the moment and they are warning for 40 degrees today actually. We will soon go back to February just after the Crystal Rally I did with Hans on MC Touring, and then I had some days with minus 40 degrees instead, so huge difference of 80 Celsius. Anyway, this year I'm also trying to make a movie like I did back in the days. I really enjoy that process, so I will try to make the YouTube episodes and a movie at the same time. Sometimes I'll use the same footage, but yeah, Toronto Motorcycle Film Festival turns 10 years this year, so I really hope I have something to show there. Before we continue, I just want to make a small note about this type of motorcycle touring. Since the last season, I've seen a number of larger creators and influencers becoming interested in winter motorcycle travel and asking a lot of questions and even trying out themselves. So it's great to see the interest, but I also want to encourage everyone to approach it with caution and to prepare properly. I've spent several years learning how to live and to travel safely in winter conditions, and I also received an incredible amount of guidance from Hans when it comes to riding in the snow and the cold. So take care of yourself. Sometimes it looks very easy in my episodes. People have been telling me to make more drama, but the truth is I don't like to make drama when I don't think there is any. And if I would be in a situation I'm not in control, I would not pick up the camera and record. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Now it's time to go back to a garage in Dalarna in February, to a sore throat. Time for adventure. The first one starts very calm and then it becomes more beautiful and colder the longer the journey goes on. Ride on.
Okay, welcome back. It's the day after we came back from Crystal Rally. What an adventure. Super happy with Hans' tour. Now we are in the garage again with both Hans from MC Touring and Hans from MC Skidan. We are replacing one of my how to call it, contact piece on the skis, because one is very worn out and it actually broke yesterday when we were very close to home. So we are gonna replace it, or Hans gonna replace it, and then make the bike ready for tomorrow again. As you can hear, I'm a bit sour in my throat, but it still feels much better now than before. And the forecast looks very good, so I don't want to miss the chance and take the opportunity to go out. But we will replace this and we will put the luggage on the bike for camping, and then hopefully I will have a good tour. That will be the next mini-series on the channel, so I hope you want to come along. Yeah, that's the plan.
It feels so good to have dry clothes. Time to enjoy. I will not be as dry as I am now for the upcoming 5 days. But let's take it slow pace. I'm still a bit sick, so prioritizing to have good comfort and to make the movie, and then I try to document it as good as I can for the YouTube channel. A right glove on right hand makes things better, of course. There is a very nice view that Hans normally takes photos on pretty nearby, so I will take a shot there. After that I will pack down the things and drive up to Mora, slow start, get this first shot, and then we head off. It was a really good tour with Hans. I really enjoyed it, but also good to be back alone. You can have exactly the pace I want, drive until I want to take a pause, then I take a pause. And also, since I don't have heat in my visor, it's also really nice to just put down the glasses and start, because I get fog on the glasses easy when I'm standing still. Let's try the skis as well, since it's changed plates. Oh, feels good. Yeah, big thanks to MC Skidan as well. Replaced the under part yesterday. Since my skis were prototypes, the design is changed a little bit, so they had to do some modification. But they made it very quick. Those red houses in Dalarna is very beautiful indeed. If I lived here, I guess I would be a bit tired of the red color, but coming here every now and then, and especially in snow, it looks very pretty. I also washed my face mask yesterday. It's so nice when it's fresh. It's pretty smelly, and since I have been coughing a lot, it felt so nasty before, and now it smells so fresh. So also time to enjoy that, because I think that will change in some hours. And yeah, the plan is to take this shot, and then I go up to Mora, put some fuel in the tank there, have a small Snickers break maybe, and then I continue up to Älvdalen, where I will have a lunch. Very calm, long lunch, I think. And after that, I'm gonna aim to find a spot to sleep just north of Älvdalen. So hopefully not a long day. So it's this road, but I want to take it from the other way. First shot done. Hopefully it works. It's a little bit hard to see in the display. I also turned on the autofocus. That can be a bit sketchy when it's snowy, because it can catch the snowflakes as well. I'm gonna double check when I'm inside later. The screen is not very good on the camera. Yeah, the snowflakes is really beautiful, but it can also be an autofocus trap. I guess I should set the focus, but since I was driving towards the camera, I wanted it to follow. But yeah, let's see later if it's useful or not. Poor throat. Poor throat.
Snickers, you know it.
Okay, driving up to Älvdalen now, where I will have my lunch. What? I have a spider in my glasses. It must came from inside the petrol station. Oh, that's crazy. Look! There is a freaking spider in there. Well, I have to let you go out in the cold, man. I'm sorry. Check that out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. One of my main arguments to drive in the winter is that there is no bugs or insects, but apparently there is. Maybe I can't use that argument anymore. Ouch, my back. Back on the bigger road, the salty one. Let's get a bit dirty.
Before we continue, this video is sponsored by Monimoto. This is the Monimoto 9. So it's basically a GPS tracker, and what I personally like about it is that it's super simple to use. There is no complicated installation, no wiring, nothing like that. You just charge it up and then hide it somewhere on the bike. So the tracker stays on the bike, key knob stays on the key ring, and that will follow you when you park and leave the bike. So when they leave each other, the system arms itself up automatically, so you don't have to turn anything on or off. And after that, you have full control in the app. If something is happening, if you get movement on the bike, you also get a call to your phone. That's also something really good, because notification we don't put too much attention to these days, or I don't at least. So you get a proper call, you can pick up your phone and you can take action from that. So the battery in these is around a year, depending on the weather of course, but it's really, really strong. And when it's time to charge it, you get a notification in the app, so you don't need to walk around think when is it time to charge. So yeah, super good, something I can really recommend. My first bike, my Ducati Monster 600 that I renovated and then drive my first solo trip in Southern Europe back when I was 20, that bike got stolen just outside of my home. I would love to have one of these back in that day. I didn't, but I have now, so I will use this a lot. If you're interested, I will put the link to their website in the description. You will have a 10% off the first 30 days after this episode is released. So good time to buy one if you're interested. Yeah, thanks Monimoto for supporting this episode and having this awesome product. Now it's time to go back to the winter journey, back to the cold.
Okay, lunchtime. Drove most of it today already. That feels good with a calm start. But yeah, a long lunch now. Having a break inside. That feels good. I also need to pee desperately. So talk later. Okay, this was maybe a stupid decision, especially since I have back pain, but it's not far away. Planning to go now to put camp, so I bought firewood. It's a bit heavy. Have to drive slowly, but I imagine this would be very nice for tonight. So, yeah. Okay, it's a bit over the limit, as long as I don't drop anything. The top one looks heavy, but it's mostly sleeping bag and stuff. That's pretty lightweight. And since you are supposed to be able to drive someone else, I don't think I'm overweight. It looks a bit dodgy. Yeah, try to drive slowly. Okay, so there is a lake outside of Elldalen, north of it. I always thought it looked pretty there, but I never camped there. But hopefully we can find a place to either pitch the tent, or I haven't checked the forecast, but yeah, let's first go there and see the opportunities. So on this place I drove to the right many times before, not today. So we will continue on the big road until we find this spot. Let's hope they removed some snow on some parkings here, because the snow wall is too high. It's not really possible for me to drive over it. But here is one spot I was thinking about. Let's take a look. I know there's a Windshelter here in as well, but I don't have too high expectation they've shoveled away in there. Let's take a look. Nope. Let's stop at least, look at the map, see if there is anything else very close that looks more promising, but I think otherwise this will do.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna continue a little bit further. Apparently the sun is up for 1 more hour. Neat with the middle of February. I think this looks solid, so I'll continue a little bit. There is a wind shelter I slept in before. Maybe that could be a nice thing to do the first night. But yeah, I'll continue a bit and see how it feels.
That will do. Last year I could drive in there. I don't think I can do that today, but I will park here. That's it for today.
Okay, so it become a little bit longer day than I first intended, but still not too much, I guess. And my cold is not worse, so that's good. The thing I'm a little worried about is my back. I have a lot of back pain. The lower back reminds a little bit of the first winter trip when I were in North Finland. But that pain came from lifting up the heavy bike. I think this is coming from I have been coughing a lot on the bike, and when it's cold I cough in, sit a bit, you know, not in the best position. Doing that repeatedly has been, yeah, taking some toll on my back. But if it is like Finland, I felt better the day after, so finger crossed I will do that. It's good that I have a wind shelter now, because then I have a flat surface to sleep on. So that's good. And then I can tent later on. I will use all the firewood tonight, so that will be super cozy. Soon time to arrange it a little bit. But no stress now, really. I'm not hungry, so not rush with that either. It feels good now. Except the back. Happy times. Time to make some food, I guess. Some calories. Bacon. Butter. Gott Skott. This is a good knife, but maybe not for butter. Here we go. Bacon is good for me. At least now. It's fried. Maybe a little bit too much butter, but it works. Bring up the sleeping bag as early as possible. Let the down fluff up. That's normally a good idea. Also very luxurious to have a bookshelf. I don't have any books, but for other things. It's so cozy to have the fire. Makes it cozy, warm, a bit drier. I don't even use my jacket at the moment, so it is warmer here. And I can also dry my face mask, so I don't have ice in the nose the first thing in the morning. That's also very nice. Okay guys, thank you for watching this episode. It's time for me to jump down. Hopefully my back will be better tomorrow. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Good night.